the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now when
Alright guys, welcome back. We have about 600 miles to go, but just wanted to give you a little update. Everything's looking good. It's cold out here right now. It's like below 30, just barely, but it's supposed to get up to about a high of 80, I believe. And the past couple days has been really windy and stormy, so I've just been chilling here because the rest of the route is mostly mountains and it's been snowing. And honestly, I'm in no rush. Plus I kind of need to do a reset anyway, so I did my reset. I got my hours back on my clock so I can get moving and won't be driving against the wind, because man, I'll tell you what, driving against the wind, get real bad gas mileage. But it should be all set. No crazy wind. And yeah, see you guys in a couple hours. All right, we're in a new area. We are entering into Denver, Colorado, and we're gonna cross over the Rocky Mountains here. But I don't know, I thought it would be a little more impressive, I guess, as far as like the city life and everything in Denver. But seems like there's some industry. I've seen some major housing developments, but it's still pretty country, a lot of farmland, so that's just a little surprising. But yeah, I'll let you know how going over the mountain is. Should be pretty good. I'm hoping everything goes well. Okay, so now we're actually in the heart of Denver, and one thing that I noticed is that they required snow chains almost year-round here, and they actually have instead of way stations before you go over the mountains, they have chain enforcement stations. Today they're not enforcing it, but when it's snowing, it looks like they do. Alright, we're going over Loveland Pass, the famous Eisenhower tunnel that we're in right now. And we're about to be going down the TFL IKE Gauntlet. 7% grade for 8 miles. So we'll see how it goes. We're not fully loaded, so it should be better. And it does look like they want us to do 35 miles an hour. So we'll see if that changes, but I'll let you know how it goes. Alright, we're halfway down. No problem holding the speed since we're doing 35. Actually having to slow down a bunch because of people up front. But transmission temps 199, almost 200. There it goes, 201. So it is definitely working, the transmission. I hope there's a spot at the end of this mountain where we can pull aside and let it idle and cool off, because I do know before I have climbed a hill where it's hit 200 and I pulled off to the side to check my strap securement, and the truck said transmission hot, keep truck idling and all that stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, so it just hit 207 and then I turned on the camera and it dropped down to 205. So it is definitely one steep mountain grade, that is for sure. So no problems, you know, didn't overheat or anything like that, no warnings popped up. But yeah, we are now out of the 35-mile-an-hour range and cruising up at 50 now. Really can't go much faster because of the vehicle ahead, and I've never been down this road, so I'm not too excited about, you know, flying down passing this guy, because I've never been through this mountain range before. All right, so we're at the couple miles past the bottom of that mountainside, and there's a scenic rest area. I saw some trucks and trailers on the side. Normally the scenic rest areas don't allow semi trucks, so I saw that, so I jumped off real quick and letting the truck idle and everything cool off. No warning lights, but I just know that the next 100 or so miles is all mountains, so I'm also gonna top off my fuel tank just because never been down this area, right? So I don't know where my rest areas are where I could safely pull aside and fuel up. And one thing I do know is that it is at least 200 miles to the next truck stop. But let me show you this scenic area. It's pretty nice. Got some nice mountains. Highway right here. It's pretty nice. Gotta say that in Colorado, if you're living close or next to the Rocky Mountains, I think it's a beautiful thing. But east of Denver is more like Wyoming and Nebraska. It's really flat, rolling terrain. Not all too much to be desired. I didn't see a lot of trees or anything. It was mostly just flat, which means that it's super windy, and it was windy going through there, so I don't like the wind. I don't like tornadoes and all that, so I'm not about it. But it's a little nippy out here, so I'm gonna go back inside, hang out for a little bit, and then I'll top off the fuel and we'll get back on the road. Now this is a nice place. Parachute Batemet Mesa, I believe is how it's pronounced. This nice valley to live in. It's pretty. All right, so we're making our final steps to making this delivery, and yeah, we're going through this beautiful canyon. It's Highway 141, I guess. It's very nice. And on my way out, we're gonna go through Moab, the Moab Desert. So that'll be very interesting as well. But yeah, this would be a great spot to go camping for sure. Very scenic. Alright guys, well, we're still on this highway, but we're completely in the dark. The map has lost satellite. Luckily the trucking app still has the map loaded, but no internet. And I was using Spotify through the satellite radio, and that just cut out. So yep, now we're definitely in no man's land. These guys do have power, and I have seen a telephone, so at least these guys have some kind of form of communication and civilization. But a lot of farmland out here. That's about it. A lot of cows. Alright, well, we're definitely in farming territory, because there's cows on the highway. I forgot to record last time. I was just concerned about spooking them and going slow and giving them space, because they had babies and stuff. And I know cows move slow, but I didn't want to spook them or anything. But yep, about 50 miles of this highway has access to this river for the cows to graze on. So it's definitely something new. And you know, going around these turns and go, oh, there's a cow, isn't very exciting. But we are going slower than the speed limit because of the signs of cows grazing. Alright, we dropped off the load, We're in Utah heading into Moab, and totally forgot to get some footage of unloading. Cute girl was unloading the pallets, and one of the pallets broke and the tires went everywhere, and luckily didn't hurt anybody or hit anything, or you know, any vehicles or whatnot, because one of them went rolling off pretty far. But yeah, we're heading to Green River. I need to go to Napa and get a fuel filter for my truck because it's time to be serviced and replaced. And after that, we will book a load. I saw some loads in the area where I'm going. I just don't feel confident in booking it until I figure out if I can get this filter or whatnot, because it's okay driving a couple 100 miles or 1,000 miles overdue, but I don't want to book a load. And one of the loads I was looking at was like a dedicated load that had to be there next day, which doesn't give me time to address the fuel filter. So we're gonna address that first before anything. All right, so we just went through the city of Moab. I didn't see any of the traditional sites. I think you have to head into the desert to do all the trails and all that stuff. But I did see there was a lot of Jeeps, a lot of tourism vehicles available, a lot of Can-Ams available for rent. And then also, I noticed there's a lot of people. There's a bike trail that goes through here to this area from the city, and a lot of people are actually riding bikes. So looks like a fun place, but I think I'd rather be a little bit east on that creek on 141. East and West Creek, Creek Cove or whatever it was. That area I think would be better for camping. They look like some good camping sites, and nobody was actually there, so there's something to keep in mind. Alright guys, we're here at the truck stop, just changed the fuel filter. And one thing I wanted to share with you is, I don't know if you can see it, but there are some metal flakes in there. So that's why it is important to change your fuel filter. Now, I'm not exactly sure why there's metal flakes, but maybe I need to run that Hotshot additive more often, because those metal flakes have to be coming from, I don't know, I thought it would be coming from the pump, but I don't know. Leave a comment below, let me know what you think. Alright, we're in West Jordan, Utah, picking up some galvanized steel. Not exactly sure what we're picking up yet, but it should be about 25 feet and 10,000 pounds, and we're gonna take it to Butte, Montana. And hopefully we don't get any major snowstorms, because the weather report showed some snow. All right, we got everything loaded and secured. These have metal bands on them, and they're flat, stacked evenly, one right over the top. This should weigh about 1,000 pounds, and this is tight. And then for this stuff, I strapped down this load first. Edge protectors, because it's metal, edges could be sharp, and cut it. And then put this pallet on top. Now you see I have my moving blanket right here. The reason I put that is because you can see it's not level with these. And after I put this strap down, I tested it, and I could easily manipulate this one. So when I was going down the road, it could shift, and then the whole thing gets loose. So I put that blanket in there because it's thick, to pinch it, and now it's not moving at all. Same thing back here. Lay down this first layer, use edge protectors, and then the second layer Didn't really sit very well, so it's kind of at an angle, which isn't great, but that's secured in the front, and then 2 in the middle, so should be good. I do have a blanket here because there was a big mess of metal there that could cut my strap, similar to this, and so there was no real safe way except for using a moving blanket. But yeah, I believe we are set and ready to go. None of this stuff is moving or budging, so should be good. Did get a little hot wearing the jacket. It is chilly out here. It's like 45 with a light breeze, but you know, when you're working you get hot. All right guys, it is snowing in Potoco, Idaho, but the weather report shows that it shouldn't be snowing in Montana. So before we get to Montana, it should be fairly flat. The snow's not sticking to the roads, it's still wet. So I did just put on the snow thing, and guess I better clean off my lights. Oh, glad I took out the camera, didn't notice that. But yeah, it is it's a cold one out here. All right, we're in Montana now, heading to Butte, and the weather's cleared up and it's warmed up, and should be a nice drive for the rest of the day. Got an hour and a half left. All right guys, quick and simple, it just stopped snowing. This is normally where I drop off my storage containers here in Butte. This is the first time I've done a metal load, but they're getting it all offloaded very quick, very easy, so should be a end of a good week. And I'm gonna go hit the truck stop and grab some dinner. All right guys, so we averaged 9 miles per gallon, paid 950 bucks, so we got $2.14. You know, just trying to make it out here. It's 3 times the fuel rate, so it's okay, but fuel keeps going up, so our expenses keep going up, so the rates need to reflect that and go up. And where I was at in Utah, it was tough. It was tough to find the load. I was thankful to find this load. I'm just hoping that I can get a load out of here pretty soon. And the weather is still nice. It's a crazy day out here in Montana. 1 minute snowing and windy, and the next, you know, it's nice and sunny.